Okie dokie. Here we have our garlic kale, like promised. So I've processed my kale by despining it, and it's in little bite-sized pieces. Fresh minced garlic. Never ever use frozen, canned, or dried garlic. The freshness is unknown. I have discovered a lot of the garlic powder nowadays is actually rancid. And when you're cooking, it just isn't the same. And the frozen and the jarred garlic, again, it is suspended in liquid. And then, of course, when it's canned, which it comes in a jar, or frozen, the flavor does change. So here we have a little biochemistry lesson for you. So you can see here the green is extra virgin olive oil, and then I have a half pat of butter warming up here. Now, one thing you're going to notice pretty quick is I am going to stir this up, and we're going to watch what happens when we mix these two, okay? So I'm going to stir that around. Stir it around. It's already starting to heat up a little bit. But one thing you will start to notice is kind of a change in color. You can see it getting a little bit kind of a whitish color to it. A little bit hard to see right now because the butter just is it was frozen, so it doesn't want to melt. But it's starting to get pretty thick, you'll notice. There, now you can kind of see how that little bit of a white sheen to it, how it's getting a little bit opaque. Yeah. So that is what happens when you mix good fat and bad fat. There we go. It is not very translucent anymore. So it turns into this nice, thick sauce, right? That is opaque. You can see here it's got that whitish sheen to it. And that is because when you mix good fat and bad fat, they chemically bond together. And that is what you are seeing here. With this glossy, thick sheen is the good fat, which is the extra virgin olive oil, has chemically bonded to the bad fat, which is butter. Now, when you do this, you do not lose the flavor. So anytime you want the flavor of butter, but you're trying to watch your cholesterol, simply remember the rule of equal or greater amounts of good fat when taking in bad fat. So let's come over here to my rice pilaf. In my rice pilaf, I put in butter and a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. So don't cook this very high. There is nothing worse than burning garlic. And it's getting a little bit of a simmer there. But you'll see it's getting a little bit darker and darker, and boy, does that smell good, you guys. Nothing beats fresh garlic. It doesn't take very long to mince it up with a good knife. I use a separate cutting board for things like garlic, simply because it is so potent, it will kind of work its way into your cutting board. And so I cut my fruits and vegetables on this cutting board, and then I have a special little tiny garlic cutting board for potent, strong stuff that, you don't want your garlic transferred to your apples, right? No, that's not good. So anyway, this is a case of your good fat mixing with your bad fat, this yummy, delicious gruel here. Because when your good fat, which is monounsaturated extra virgin olive oil, bonds with your bad fat, it can no longer be accessed. So the lipid chains that stick out from the base of fats is what docks into your intestines for absorption. That's how absorption works. Well, your body cannot absorb it because they fit like lock and key. So bad fat and good fat bond like lock and key. And so it keeps it out of your bloodstream, right? So if you have high cholesterol, this is one way you can go ahead and have your bad fats. Make sure you got high quality extra virgin, right? And so now that it's got a little bit of a sizzle here and you can smell it, it smells so good. You're just going to add a little by little kale at a time, because the kale is really puffy and you want to be sure that it all, to get it all equally cooked. And then you're just going to saute it in here. I use a big pot so that I can really stir it around a lot. But in any case, that is how you do it. And slowly but surely, you will probably have to add a little bit more oil. That's a lot of kale. And just add it little by little. Just eyeball it. Keep it pretty low, though. You don't want to burn that stuff. In any case, that is how I do this yummy. There we go. Now it's starting to simmer. There we go. That's what you want. Just a very gentle simmer. And you'll see it start to darken. You can see there's that blue waterproof sheen that I talked about before. And how cooking it goes ahead, and you can see how it is broken through it, and it's nice and dark and green now so that your body can absorb it. See how it's turning that bright green? That makes it so that your body can absorb all of the nutrients in it when it is cooked. But like I said, don't boil stuff. No, no, no. This is a great way to just simply lightly fry it up. Yum. And it'll start to kind of wilt. You can see it getting a little soft there. And just eyeball it. And saute it around. Add a little bit more oil. Eyeball it. Throw some more in. And you're good to go. Just watch it. Pay attention and have fun, guys. This is fantastic. It is addictive. Okay? So try this out. All right, this is great for your heart health. So anyway, a little bit of biochemistry there for you. Take care and don't get scammed.